Welcome all wine lovers. It's time for Brandy at Valiant in Brooklyn Mall. Why Brandy, you ask? Because Brandy is produced by Distilling wine. So we have 3 different styles tonight. Junel, what is the difference between Brandy and Cognac and Armagnac?
There's no difference really. They all made the same wine. Literally, Brandy is burnt wine, but Cognac is a region, as Armagnac's a different region. So Cognac distills its own style of brandy, and so does Armagnac. And we at home copied the Charentaise region's method. That means Potstill.
Okay.
So double Potstill.
I see that our first one is a Potstill brandy.
That's correct.
The Flight of the Fish Eagle.
It's like, I love always starting a tasting with the Flight of the Fish Eagle. She's like a gentle baby to me. It introduces the gentleness of brandy to people. They have this misconception of what brandy is really. And you know that brandy is based on the best quality wine that is distilled twice in the pot kettles. No sulfur is added. We source our grapes, which are in South Africa mostly Chenin Blanc, mostly from the Robertson Worcester area because of the cooler regions that the Chenin is grown there for the high acidity, and then of course Uppington for the fruitiness, and Colombar.
Well, it looks gentle by the color.
Aha, because there's no coloring or what we say bonificateurs added. Remember, by law in South Africa, 3 years, once it's come through the pot still, it must mature for 3 years in the French oak barrels, normally the limousine barrels. And that is what comes purely from the barrel after 3 years. You'll taste that it's very gentle. Now remember, 3 steps. Above the glass, you can move the glass to and fro. You never swirl like in wine. You never do that. You just move it. And then on the rim, now you get that beautiful fresh apple fruitiness, cut grass, and then very slowly in, because this is high in alcohol brandies. Don't take a big swig, a tiny drop. Let it roll over your tongue.
It's very nice, gentle.
And get that intense fruit. Remember, we're dealing here with the heart of wine. All the beautiful aromas trapped. Can you feel how gentle it is? 38% alcohol.
Okay, so we've paired it with a Phyllo pastry cup filled with smoked salmon cream cheese and garnished with salmon rose and pomegranate.
Like wine. The lighter the brandy, the lighter the food. And so we pair in weight.
Salmon. Okay.
So the next one is a pleasure. Everybody's friend. Blended brandy. That means we only take 30% of the pure Potstill brandies, and then we blend it with a harsher spirit, which is this continuous still, that's high in alcohol. And then a bit of pure water, but this is a blended brandy, 30% Potstill, 70%, let's say, from the grape spirit, and therefore it's high in alcohol, 43%. Now again here, Lynn, when you nose, pick up the toffees, much richer flavors, you know, sort of goes into coffee. They add, you can see in the color it's darker, but it's still 3 years Potstill with a pure blended spirit.
What do they add?
They bonificateurs 3% added, extracts of almond or prune and or caramel. And then you'll see that it burns slightly on your palate because of the higher alcohol.
They add the caramel to get the color consistent every time they bottle.
Well, it depends on which house, whether it's Viceroy or Mellowwood or whatever. But here you can see it's burning. It's not as gentle as this little lady. And that's why they use this mostly with their Coke, traditionally in South Africa. Lovely with fruit juice as a cocktail. And I like it with tonic water.
And I see we've paired it with the chicken liver and pistachio pate.
Liver is heavier. And this is heavier. So a nice way to start your day.
All right, so the next one is a vintage. So that we're going through the 3 different styles now. The third one is a vintage, from Richelieu, 10 years.
Richelieu, 10 years. Now a vintage is like the gentleman's drink. It's got muscles. It's got something different about it. The secret that 30% is the pure Potstills. Then they will mature that for an amount of minimum 8 years, say. In this case, it was 10 years because it says 10 year. And then the grape spirit component, which was pure in this one, they also mature in wood. So what you expect is a lot of wood aromas and also more tannin on the palate. So again, go through it. Lynn, can you pick up that coffee vanilla? A lot of vanillas and nuttiness coming through. Again, we're back on the gentle palate of 38. These are served normally, again, just with a little bit of water or a block of ice, or as it is. And can you pick up the tannins?
Yes.
That shows you wooded components from both areas in. And then we end off.
Oh wait, we've paired it with a fillet skewer served on a dried fruit and mint couscous.
Right? Meaty, I said to you, it's fleshy, it's meaty, tannic, so it'll go with the beef. Absolutely lovely.
Looks wonderful. And then the next one is Van Rijn 12 year.
One of the world champs.
Also a Potstill. So So we have two Potstill.
We started with the Potstill, the baby, 3 years, and we go over to the 12 year. To me, it's the most elegant. Also a world champ. This has won an international award. In fact, South Africa has over the last decade won 8 awards internationally. We are very top brandy quality producing countries of all the countries in the world.
That's great.
And again, that Van Rijn, now you get more exotic aromas going from the nuttiness, beautiful nuttiness, dried fruit, Lynn, absolute dried fruit. And to me, there's a hint of orange blossom somehow. There's something just hidden there that's so sweet and so inviting. And again, that
I must say, it is very overwhelming to try and identify the aromas in here.
But they are very complex. I think this is a winner in terms of its complexity. It gets a gentle palate and a wonderful way of just ending off a day.
And you've paired it with a Black Forest chocolate brownie. Why
What can be more wonderful than that? That's a woman's best friend.
Yes.
So I call this one a nice, mature lady with something that we all love, and that's a bit of a chocky.
Yes.
And,
well, it looks amazing. Thanks so much for the pairing and all the
absolutely
tips that you've given us. Let's go join our guests.
Cheers. With your gentle brand. Cheers.
Dit was baie lekker geweest. Dit was 'n groot surprise geweest want hierdie brandies brand lekker. Hy brand oral, reg die.
Dit was verskriklik interessant geweest. Ek moet sê, het nog ons baie geleer en ek moet sê as iemand weet wat hulle verduidelik, dan maak dit so 'n bietjie meer interessant. So dit was reg baie cool geweest. Definitief.
Brandewyn net nie brieke nie.
Dis Brandewyn. Hoekom dan nou nie?
This was very educational. I always thought of brandy as an extremely masculine drink, and today it was just quite an experience. I enjoyed the fish eagle. I thought it was extremely delicate. It had a very much of a winey connotation. I'm a wine drinker.
I think the one thing is that I didn't realize that brandy was also from wine. Obviously the different ways that they make it. I think just in terms of the type of grapes that they use, mostly in South Africa, Shannon, she spoke about that, which is quite interesting. But definitely more elegant. You feel more elegant when you have brandy, which I did appreciate. And it's just interesting to learn everything else about how they make brandy and how South Africa is so popular regarding their brandy at the same time.
Well, Junel's off to greet our guests. If you would like to join us, visit pretoria.co.za for more events or subscribe to our channel pretoria.co.za on YouTube for more information. Cheers!